Okay, the next thing is you're going to want to open a separate checking account. So it doesn't need to be a business checking account. You're just another personal checking account. I always recommend doing this at a different bank than the bank that you normally bank at. Just because then you can't transfer money over easily to your personal checking account. And that way you don't encounter an issue with, taking money from your business that's supposed to stay in your business. We're all human. If you see that number there and you need the money, you're going to move it over. So in keeping you running this like a business, you're going to want a separate checking account somewhere where you can't easily transfer money. So it's like I have my personal at Fifth Thirds, and then I have my business one at my credit union. So 2 separate places. The other thing that you're going to want to do on a weekly basis, there's a couple of things. So another one is a weekly accomplishment sheet. Okay, so this is on InTouch under, if you go to Business Tools, go all the way to the bottom, it'll say Weekly Accomplishment Sheet. You're going to click on that. This is going to submit the information of what you've done during the week to me. And then that way, if you have concerns or things you want more training on, you can kind of select some of those things. But this is going to kind of give me a way to see like, okay, how much work are we doing? How many faces are you putting product on? What did your week look like? Even if it's all zeros, then it's like, okay, you didn't work this week. It's just a way for me to kind of gauge what you're doing. And when you put things into a weekly accomplishment sheet at the end of the year, you're going to be able to pull up that report, and it's going to tell you how much you've sold for some of the taxes and money management things that we're going to talk about later. So this is really going to keep you on track with your sales, your tax, your write-offs, your giveaways, like all those totals that you're going to need. This is going to keep you on track for that. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure to fill out those weekly accomplishment sheets on InTouch and submit them to me. Then the next thing we're going to talk about, and did I not put that on here? Might be in taxes and money management. It is. So that's in money management. So we will cover something called Financial Friday in taxes and money management. So that's something that you're going to want to look at. But Financial Friday is I pay myself on Fridays. And I'll kind of explain that a little bit more, but pick a day, same day of the week like I was talking about for your business. Then you would be doing your Financial Monday or Financial Wednesday, whatever it may be, so that you can pay yourself for the work that you've been doing. Okay. Another thing that you're going to want to do is have monthly tracking folders. I'm going to show you mine so that you can see what I am talking about here. And yes, okay. So this is my tracking folder. All right. So if you'll notice, it's just a manila folder. You can go to the dollar store and get these, get a box of them really cheap. I put October, this is backwards, but I put the month and the year, and then it's my tracking, and then I keep all of my stuff in this folder. So I've got sales tickets, I've got some other tracking sheets, I've got my customer profiles. It's a way for me to keep all my information together. What do I put on this tracking folder for myself? Okay, well, sales is one of them. So I divide the front of the folder up like this by week. And then I put all of my sales down there. And when you write your sales out, it's going to be before tax. So this is just retail because tax is a wash. You pay tax to the company and then the customer pays the tax to you. So we don't have to claim any of that tax or anything. So just your whole or retail totals are going to go on the front. And then you can track your faces. So you can use like the inside of the folder to write things on. The back of the folder you can write stuff on. I obviously don't have anything on here, but you're going to use this folder to track how many sharing appointments you've had that month, who they are, who potential recruits might be. So, if you've met with someone and they were an 8 and they thought, well, maybe I want to get coffee, I'm just not sure yet. You're going to put their name on your folder so that a month or two later you can go back and say, okay, who did I not follow up with? If not, you forget. Trust me, you're not going to remember. So write them down on your folder. You can track the faces that you've seen. You can track your $100 days. So all of these things that you're going to be tracking are things that you get recognition for as well at our Moving On Up trainings each month. So sales, sharing, faces, $100 days. Then you're going to want to track potential recruits on that sharing page. But that's a tracking folder for you to kind of know where you are at in your business and what you've done that month. Okay, then the next thing you're going to want to do with folders like these is you're going to want to have a folder for each month. So I have a filing cabinet at my house, and there's just the month, October, right? There's nothing written on the folder besides that. But this is, obviously this month is October. If you're watching this later, who knows what month it is that you're watching this in. But you've got one from January through December. What you do with these is you're going to put all of your order forms in here I'm going to explain this in just a minute. You're going to put order forms in here, and at the beginning of the month, you pull out that month's folder, you open it up, and these are all the people that you need to contact for reorders. Okay, so that's a huge part of our business, right? Our product is consumable. So reorders are a huge part of our business. So you want to have a way to track who you need to reach back out to. This is just a simple, easy way that I have found. If you want to track it on a spreadsheet or do something with reminders on the computer, totally up to you. This is just what I found works for me. So what you're going to do is have 12 months of manila folders somewhere. You can even get one of those little accordion things that you can stick in a corner, small, out of the way. But let's say I sold it in January, I would go January, February, March. I would put one of those copies of a sales ticket in March. Okay, then in March, I'm going to pull out this folder, and everyone that had ordered in January is going to get contact from me to see how their product is doing, see if they wanted to try anything new, see if they needed to reorder anything. And I always do that at the beginning of the month, usually sometime in the middle of the month, and then at the end of the month. Now, you might get customers that say, I'm still good on product right now. I'll let you know when I need something. Okay, great. You might have people that say, I'm almost out of something, but not quite there yet. Follow up with me next month. Okay, then I would take that sheet from that sales ticket and put it in the following month so that I know to reach back out to them. And I'd probably circle something on there and make a little note on that ticket that says, asked me to follow up with in whatever month. Okay. So that's just a great way to follow up for reorders. Super simple. Keep yourself organized with that. So what I do is all of my orders at the end of, this is October, okay? All of the orders that are in here, I'm gonna take one of those sheets at the end of the month, I rip them all off, and I move them from that folder into my reorder folder for me to contact, okay? The other thing you're going to want to do is download the My Customers app. Okay, this is a great app for following up with customers as well. It allows you to send a mass text message. So you could type something up that says, hey lady, wanted to check in with you, make sure your product was doing good, make sure you loved it, whatever you want to say. Did you need anything from me? You can send that same message out to every single customer of yours that you're planning to follow up with. So you can look through your reorders folder and do your beginning of the month thing, and you type in the script that you're sending, and then you just click send to the people. So no copying and pasting. It's super simple and super easy. It's going to, give you more bang for your time that you have. Okay. So, My Customers app, and there's so many other things that you can do with that. I'll be honest, I'm not a tech savvy person, but I have a couple consultants who are, and they track their inventory through that. They add orders through that. Like, there's so many different things you can do with it. So that's a really beneficial app to have. The next thing I want to talk about with Business Basics is something called Preferred Customer Program. So we shorten it and we call it PCP. I know it's kind of crazy. But Preferred Customer Program is something that you can do where if you have registered customers on InTouch, you have a little My Customers tab that you're going to be inputting all of your customer profiles in with addresses and phone numbers and their name so that you know who your customers are, and then you can add their orders under their name so you know what they've ordered from you. So when they message you 5 months later and they're like, oh, I need more of my foundation, I don't know what color it is, you can say, no problem, I can look it up, so that you can go on there and look it up. Running the business like a business. But preferred customer program is something where you can go through and select the customers that you want to send a catalog out to, because every quarter we get a new lookbook is what it's called. And every quarter you can send that for 70 cents per person. Now let me tell you, I have gone in and tried to send the lookbook in a little mailer to customers who I've forgotten about or new customers who asked for a catalog. It's like $3.50 to do that. So 70 cents from corporate is phenomenal per customer. So that when you get 300, 400, 500 customers, it's a super cheap way to get them the new catalog. A lot of new sales come from this because once it's sent out, you're going to get a little notification. You can go to InTouch and see who you sent it to and follow up with them. Make sure they got it. See if they saw anything they want to get together to try, or if there's anything that they want to order. Okay? That is called Preferred Customer Program. The other thing that's great about that is going to give you the opportunity to order early. So there's always limited edition products. There's new products that come out in each catalog. So every quarter, you're going to have the opportunity to order them 5 days before everyone else. Okay, so that way, if things run out quickly and you didn't get your order in, you don't have to worry about that because you did Preferred Customer Program or PCP to get you early access to ordering. Okay. Or if you're a Star Consultant, you also get early access to ordering. We'll talk about Star Consultant in another video. But okay, then there's 3 events I always like to talk about in Business Basics. So the first one, these are 3 corporate run events that you do not want to miss. So the number 1 is Career Conference. This one is it's like a 2-day thing. It's a weekend thing. It's either always in Lansing or in Detroit. So wherever you are, if you're in the state of Michigan, you can come with us. If you're not in the state of Michigan, you're not local to us, there's other locations throughout the country that you can go to Career Conference. It's a great way for recognition. They give away prizes there. It's corporate run, so you're going to get motivation. You're going to get training. And it's also fun to kind of go together, and we get a room, and there's certain things that you can earn from me when we go, and it's just a really fun local time. I mean, Lansing and Detroit, it's local. Anywhere you live in Michigan, you can drive there. That is usually always in March. And if you look on InTouch, you can probably see the dates as they come up. But that's Career Conference. The second one is Seminar. Seminar is always in Dallas, where corporate is. It's a 5-day long thing. It's recognition. It's pretty much like the Grammys. So if you were a singer, if you were like Alicia Keys or somebody, and you were accepting a Grammy, that would be Seminar for Mary Kay Consultants, okay? So they do, where you're going to learn a little bit about prizes and things that you can earn and recognition with Mary Kay, but you go here, it's a great way for us to dress up. We get away. We get recognition for what we've worked for throughout the year. It's always in July, okay? And the dates in July change because they kind of rotate us through each year, whether you're at the beginning of the month or the end of the month. So just so you know, it's usually always after the 4th of July, so you don't have to worry about that with holidays and things like that. But it's really where my vision was cast for my Mary Kay business, and you see the bigger picture. You see national sales directors. You see all these women driving pink Cadillacs. You see every stage of the career path, every type of woman. You get to kind of just see what Mary Kay really is, and it's a great time. We all go together. We have a blast. You don't want to miss it. So that is Seminar. And then once you become a sales director, there's one called Leadership. Leadership is, they kind of move them around. So I've been to LA. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. I've been to New Orleans. This year we're going to San Diego. They take us to different places every year. And this is strictly for leadership in Mary Kay. So people who have promoted themselves into that leadership position, people who need extra training to lead other women. So you're in a higher position this way. And actually, sometimes they have let DIQs come. So when I was a DIQ, which you'll learn about this later, but DIQ means Director in Qualification. When you are in qualifications to become a director, they may let you go, depending on if they're letting that happen this year or not. This year they actually are. So in 2018, it's actually going to be in January of 2019. So it's always in January. They're letting DIQs come this year, which is super exciting. So again, it's another trip that we go on. We learn things. We have classes. they're really motivating us on how to be a good leader. So it's a blast. Those are some pretty fun events. So that is Business Basics. What I'm going to have you do is watch all of these videos. You're going to write down some questions that you have. You can stop and play these videos. You can do 1 or 2 a night. And then once a month, we're doing a new consultant training recap. So you can watch these videos when you're new, learn what you need to know, and then have those questions answered. If they're immediate questions, just Vox me, send me a Vox and I can answer you right away. But if they're not immediate questions, then you can ask me those at that new consultant training, or we can just recap and go over things at the new consultant training over a Zoom call that we do in our PJs late at night. So it's not anything that you got to plan for. I'll just throw the date out there, and it's usually at 9 or 10 p.m. So that is it for Business Basics. So we'll see you on the next video.